Hey guys, welcome back. So I finally made it to deer camp. Packed everything in with the deer cart. I got all my gear with me. I got my rifle, got my handgun. I've got the Tech Sport camouflage trail tent that I showed you guys in a previous video. I got everything set up. All I got to do is make camp, and it's been raining really hard for the last 3 days, so all the wood out here is wet. So I got to try to use this last hour of daylight to try to gather up some firewood. So hopefully everything will work out, and maybe we'll get a deer. Home sweet home. Okay guys, I'm back. I got camp set up. Got the Tech Sport camouflage trail tent all set up, ready to go. And over here I've got a ultra lightweight backpacker's tarp. It's a 5x7 tarp. You can get them at Walmart. They're very handy to have. I've got that set up as kind of a gear shed for me. That way I can keep some of my stuff out of the dew. Now, it's not supposed to rain, but if it does, that will keep it fairly well protected. So, got my lantern out. Looks like it's almost time to light this thing up and try to get a campfire going. Alright, we're good to go. Okay guys, I made absolutely no effort to find dry firewood, and that's because I wanted to give these fire starters that we made a really good chance. If they can light this wet wood, they are good to go. This fire pit is nothing but mud. Make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay. So we have our fire starter. Get that right about in the middle. It's going. I hope this works. Okay guys, now one fire starter was enough to get it going, and I mean it didn't take 2 or 3 minutes. There was no dry wood in there at all. I made no effort to find anything that was remotely dry, and that one fire starter worked perfect. Jason, I'm glad you told me about those. These things are a lifesaver. I hope they work good for you guys too. That's awesome. Once this starts going good, I'm going to start cooking dinner. Great! You know, it's been said that the campfire is the heart of any campout, and I tend to agree with that. I think there's some relic evolutionary trait in human beings that allows us to be perfectly content just by poking a campfire all night long. It's one of those things that just never really gets old. I know one thing, nothing inspires as much confidence as having a good campfire.
Good morning. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. It's very warm inside the sleeping bag, but it's incredibly cold. Oh, man. Some pretty serious condensation inside this tent, but that's to be expected with a single wall tent. I gotta start getting ready and see if I can get the fire going again.
Well, made it through the night. Kind of hoping a deer is going to just wander up into the camp. Out here that happens. I didn't make a fire because I don't have anything for breakfast anyway. I'm just trying to warm up and get thawed out. Might wander around a little bit. See if I can get a deer. See, all the birds and the squirrels are up and moving around, so I guess I need to. Well, I'm southeast of the camp right now. I've seen 3 deer so far. One walked up into the camp, but she never got any closer than 50 yards. And I gotta get them inside 40 to get one with this. I came up into some thick pines up on this ridge, and I saw 2 more deer, and they were within range, but they were moving too fast. They came out from behind me and circled around in front of me. I came down here to try to head them off, but apparently they didn't go this way. So I'm gonna keep looking around. Okay guys, just wanted to show you this right here. This used to be a road. Some type of property dispute is what led to this getting shut off. This used to connect all the way to the highway. As you can see, no cars are going to get through this anymore. In fact, I don't think it was ever paved. But I'm going to stalk up this way and see if I can't run into a deer. Okay, ended up seeing 2 more deer. It was pretty thick. I couldn't get the camera up. They were too far away to shoot at, so hey, that's 5 deer for the morning. That ain't bad. But it's about 11 o'clock now and I'm pretty hungry, but I didn't bring a whole lot of food. So I did bring my fishing kit, and even though I bought some bait, I forgot to bring it. It's sitting back at the truck. So I started digging around some of these old logs, and I found some really nasty critters that look like they'll be good fish bait. I got 1 worm, 2 grubs, and a very angry centipede. So let's go down to the water and see if we can't catch a bluegill or something and cook it up for lunch. Okay. Got a little stick to use as a pole. We got a little tiny bobber, and a little tiny weight, and a little tiny hook, and a little tiny piece of worm. So maybe I'll catch a little tiny fish. Well, took about an hour, but I finally got one. He ain't real big, but he's a keeper today. So the old fishing kit worked, some bait that I dug up worked, and now he's gonna be lunch. Okay, well, since this is a traditional muzzleloader camp, I figured we'd light the fire the old-fashioned way, and that's with flint and steel. And the way this works is you take a little piece of char cloth, which is just a piece of cotton material that you char, and then you hold it on top of your flint. You strike your steel across the flint and hope that a spark catches on the char cloth. Then you transfer the smoldering char cloth to your tinder bundle here. In this case, this is jute twine, and then hopefully you can blow it into a flame. So this doesn't always work all that great, but we'll give it a shot. It's on there. does that work? It's shocking, even to me. Alright, see what we can do here. I'm not gonna lie, that took a little bit more coaxing than I thought it would. The main problem was that the jute twine actually burned really, really quick, and it didn't catch the sticks on fire because it's still kind of wet. But I think we got it going now. It's actually the first time I've used jute twine. If you're wondering why I used it, it's because it came with the flint and steel. Okay, well, while the fire is burning down into coals, we're going to go ahead and clean the fish. And some of you guys might remember this knife. This is the fillet knife that I made in one of my previous videos. I believe it's called Making a Fillet Knife from an Old Saw Blade. Or something to that effect. So, you can actually see it in use now. Get our fish here. Angle on them. Ready? A little bit of skin on there. Go. One. Alright. And two. Perfect. Alright. Now that that's done, I'm going to take a little bit of cooking oil and I'm going to go over this tin foil. And we're going to actually cook them on the tin foil. Well, actually in the tin foil. Going to roll them up like a baked potato. Now normally you'd use something like butter, but I don't have any butter. good on that. Gonna rub down our fish with a little bit of oil too. That's good. Look at that. Alright, with it. And now okay, so there we go, a little fish packet. Alrighty, this is getting down to coals good now. Oh yeah, yeah, it's looking good. So, what we're gonna do, I need this, I can burn that too. Got our fish packet right here. Just gonna toss them right in. Find a poking stick here. Now it's not going to take real long for this fish to cook. So I'm going to give it about maybe 10 minutes. Maybe. It's been about 14 minutes now. I checked it after 5 minutes and it wasn't quite ready. Let's see what we got. Yeah. I need just a tad longer here. Actually, it appears to be about done. Alright. Okay, so I just remembered I didn't bring a fork, so I'm gonna have to eat it with my knife in my hands like some kind of heathen. Alright, time to head out again. I think what I'm going to do is head straight south, and there's a little valley that last year the deer were using to come back and forth right at dark. So I'm going to hope that they're still using it this year. Plus I don't want to go real far right before dark. That would just complicate things trying to get a deer out at night when I don't have a good flashlight with me. So it is about 2:30 right now. It has been getting dark at about 5:30. So we got a couple hours. Maybe I'm lucky. Alright, this is the view I've got. You can look down this valley. Here's an old roadbed. Behind me is another valley. see pretty far. So hopefully I'll at least get a deer on camera. I got one. I didn't have time to turn the camera around. She's laying right over there. I'm gonna give her a minute. Wow. It's crazy. They came out from behind me. Okay, I'm gonna reload just in case. And then we'll go up and see her. Man, there's a heck of a blood trail coming down here. Oh yeah. That's a good shot. I got this one with the rifle. The shot was about 40 yards. It's a button head, but here in the state of Tennessee that counts as an antlerless deer and is fine for me to tag. So let's take a good look at him. Oh wow. Yeah, that shot was perfect. He's not the biggest deer. Definitely not. But he's meat in the freezer, and that's what I was after. See, that's the exit hole right there. Let me see what the entrance looks like. Oh wow. Oh yeah. There's a little piece of lung hanging out. Whew. Ah, good clean shot. Good clean kill. Guess I need to get them cleaned and get them back to camp. All right. Awesome. That was with a patched round ball. Whew. And this is by far the best blood trail I've ever had shooting a round ball. I don't know if you guys can see this. Look at that. I mean, all the way from there. All the way up to where the shot was. He probably ran 60 yards after the shot. Alright, now the work begins. Well guys, get the deer hung up. Still gonna be out here tonight. It's gonna be more than cold enough to keep the meat. I'll pack everything out in the morning. So it's always good to have a successful hunt. I wish I could have got the camera turned around in enough time to see that, but that's the way it goes. They came out from behind me, and I think there was a group of 3 of them, and that one was the one that gave me the shot. Whenever I was dragging the deer back out, I paced off the range to see exactly how far it was. It was 45 yards, which is the maximum range for this muzzleloader to shoot accurately. And obviously, it was accurate. That was a perfect shot. It doesn't get much better than that. So, whew, that was a tough drag to get it back here. But from here on out, I can use the deer cart. So, the hard part's done with. Oh, it's still gonna probably take me 2 trips to get everything out to the truck, but I'll worry about that in the morning. And I'll go get the deer checked in and take it to the processor. And then I'll have to edit videos. So, oh, I'm gonna relax here for a minute, then start up the campfire.
I slept in today, but I gotta get up. Got a big day. We gotta pack all this stuff out. Oh. And it's cold.
Alright guys, it's just above 30 degrees. Getting everything packed up here. Glad I could show you guys some of this stuff. I actually saw 2 deer from the campsite this morning. They were all about 100 yards that way. All my camera batteries are dying, so I couldn't really get any video of them. But anyways, it was a fun trip. Let me get the camera sorted out here. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, thumbs up.